Hi everyone, thank you for coming. My parents are on FaceTime to make it 8 people. Okay. I'm Sydney and I'm gonna be giving a speech about why social media is bad. What if I told you that social media could kill you? What if I told you social media was the reason you failed your last test? Or the reason that you're depressed? Social media has become part of people and society's everyday lives. The list of negative effects of social media is never ending and includes cyberbullying, unhappiness, and addiction. I know these things are true because I have seen them affect me in my life. I am in the end of my teenage years, years in which this issue is probably the most prevalent. I think it is important for people to understand why social media is bad and the negative effects of it so they can take control of their lives and not let it ruin them. One of the reasons social media is so bad is because of how dangerous it is. According to the effects of technology, 23% of accidents occur because of cell phone usage. Hundreds of thousands of people suffer injuries every year in accidents involving a distracted driver. How many times have you been in or next to a car that someone was Snapchatting? Social media allows everyone to see into your private life. According to statistics and effects of technology, 47% of employers screen applicants online. Scholarship applicants are also screened. Imagine not getting a job because of something you said online when you were 12. Because of how much of your life is out there in the world where anyone can access it, people can make their own judgments about you before they even meet you. Social media also allows predators to hide behind a screen without anyone knowing. A term called catfishing has become a term regularly used in society today because of the reoccurring issue of people posing as another person online. This can lead to many dangers as more and more people are beginning to look for friends and significant others online. I'm sure many of you guys have had someone follow you on social media that you didn't know or even had inappropriate content on their page. According to Summers, in 82% of online sex crimes, the sex offenders use social networking sites to get information about the victim. The use of the internet has brought down sexual boundaries in young ages. Youth don't have to go looking to see inappropriate things on a computer screen. Kids are getting exposed to things that a few years ago only young adults were learning about. Sexting has become a concern in today's society. A statistic that will most likely rise through the years is 24% of teens have participated in some sort of nude sexting, according to Summers. Because of apps like Snapchat, where you can just snap a picture and after a few seconds the picture is apparently gone forever, it can be more appealing to send riskier and more inappropriate material because the illusion that it isn't permanent and will be erased. Much less things are censored nowadays, and I probably scroll past at least one thing a day that could be considered as profanity or offensive. How would you feel if you knew that your 8-year-old was having pornographic images pop up on their screen? Would you still have positive feelings towards social media? Social media is addictive and time consuming. It was found that higher amounts of personal social media usage led to lower performance on the task as well as higher levels of techno stress and lower happiness. Procrastination has become easier because of social media because we can just easily turn it on and scroll through it for hours. People become addicted to the high of getting likes and validation through social media. Seeing one little notification releases dopamine, which is why people are constantly checking their phones, waiting for the next hit. Social media has become an easy outlet for people to aimlessly scroll for hours without even having to think. Imagine all the time you have wasted being on social media. Think of all the real life skills you could have learned or done with that time, like learn piano or study more. And lastly, social media causes unhappiness. I'm sure this isn't a newsflash to anyone. I'm sure everyone that has social media has had a moment after scrolling through their feed where they felt negative feelings, whether it be because they saw they were missing out on fun with friends or because they saw someone had what appeared to be a better life than their own. I can remember so many times where seeing just one post or comment has ruined my whole day. The power of social media is undescribable. One mean comment could hurt just as bad as someone insulting you to your face. Except now people can hide behind a computer screen, and which makes it that much worse. Social media use in adolescence is associated with poor sleep quality, anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Today, over 90% of youth use social media, according to Scott and Woods. Between incoming notifications and screen exposure, melanin production and circadian rhythms are disturbed. Teens have become obsessed with their phones, leading them always have them near them, even when they sleep. The idea of FOMO, or fear of missing out, is a huge phenomenon in today's times, which is a reason people feel the need to constantly be checking their social media pages. I can testify to this because of all the negative effects from social media. The fear of missing out has always kept me from deleting social media, like missing out on someone's marriage or birthdays or even events. In today's time, I think that social media is the main source for maintaining relationships. In a recent study, they measured sleep quality, anxiety and depression, self-esteem, emotional investment in social media, and overall use of social media. The results of the study showed correlation of the more use of social media and emotional investment there was, then the higher the anxiety and depression, the poorer the sleep quality, and the lower the self-esteem. Social media is such a big part of this generation, which is why it is important to know the drawbacks like addiction, danger, and mental illness. So the next time you check your Instagram feed or send a Snapchat, think to yourself, is this affecting the way I feel or the amount of time it takes for me to accomplish tasks? If so, maybe take a break for a while.